My quote-unquote most viewed video is the siblings one, so it's like, make a part 2, right? Quick recap, this is my older sister BC, stands for Bisexual Chaos Don't Ask Questions, and this is my little brother Dude. Listen, whenever I say his name, I feel like Mordecai from Regular Show. When we were little, BC and I like to play stupid games on the computer. The classics, you know, like Water Girl and Fireboy. My trans ass was always Fireboy. So one day we opened the computer to play games, and on the screen was a picture of a frog. Our computer did this thing where, like, whenever you opened it, it changed the screen photo, and this time it was a frog. And I don't know why, but this scared the absolute shit out of both of us. Like, the exact moment BC saw it, she just booked it to the other side of the room. And I did the same once I actually saw the photo. So for like 5 whole minutes, we were just at the corner of the room, like two scared kids watching this picture of a fucking frog until we finally started debating over who is gonna turn the computer off. And I hate the fact that I remember this next part so clearly. I turn my head to BC and I go like, oh, I remember this. This is Froggy the Nice Frog. We learned about her in class. She's not scary. She's not. No. Go turn it off then. Well, shit. These days, I'm a writer, and the absolute lack of creativity in this moment haunts my nightmares. Hey, do you remember that time? Froggy the Nice Frog. Bitch, what are you, 5? Yes. Well, shit. Let's talk about the birds and the bees. Actually, scratch that. Let's just talk about the bees.
You like jazz?
I've been stung by bees, not 2 times, not 3 times, but one times. 1 times. I was like 4, maybe 5 in kindergarten in the sandbox, and the bee was just kind of minding its own business. So I looked over at it, and I was like,
You like jazz?
I should befriend that bee. So I went to stand next to the bee, and it clearly wasn't having any of my bullshit, so it tried to fly away, kind of giving me a warning, but my brat ass did not care. I jumped at it like it owed me money. Dude, stop. I said stop. I said stop! So I ran back inside the building to my supervisor and started yelling and screaming because that bee just stung me for no reason. Hey, that's not true. Shut up, you're an insect. And okay, I'm not sure exactly how you're supposed to take care of bee stings, but my supervisor's solution was to put a tomato on it. Did it work? Kind of. How? I don't know. But this part, like, of her putting a tomato on the bee sting, I remember this not through younger me's eyes, but as if I was watching it from a corner. I genuinely do not know why. Ollie, why are you putting this in a siblings video? This has nothing to do with your siblings. Well, no, but this memory is engraved in BC's brain so hard that I thought I'll just add it in for good measure. That's stupid. Yeah, well, I can do whatever I want. Die. One more story until we get into dude stories. BC usually came to pick me up from kindergarten, and this one day she brought, like, a toy with her. It was a really cheap, like, rubber kind of toy. And I can't explain why, but I absolutely hated it. The thing walked in and suddenly peace is not an option. BC started shoving it in my face, probably just to annoy me, and it did not impress my 5-year-old toy standards. But then, she squeezed it. And just like that, this toy is the best, and it's amazing, and it's mine now. Fuck you. I think we eventually threw it off the balcony. I don't know. In the first part of Sibling Stories, I talked about how Dude is a spoiled little brat. And that is still 100% true, but we did find a common ground. Pokemon. We both like Pokemon. In case you're wondering, I'm really not. My favorite Pokemon is Raboot. Look at him. That's my little emo boy. And I know he's not from the original show and all that, but I still love him. But in case you really just can't help but wonder, dude, I don't care. My favorite Pokemon from the original show is Magnemite. Dude doesn't have a distinctive favorite yet, but he likes Onix, if you'd count that. He is very new to Pokemon, so he has a lot of questions. No, there's no Pokemon that chews gum regularly. What kind of question is that? But you know, it's fun to have someone to talk about Pokemon with because my friends don't give a shit in the slightest. So one time we were both on the couch talking about Pokemon, and he wanted to tell me about this Pokemon his friend introduced him to. I can't remember his name though. He looked like a big green snake. Oh, you mean Rayquaza? It looked like Caterpie. No, the hell he doesn't? Yes, he did mean Rayquaza. No, Rayquaza does not look like Caterpie in any way, shape, or form. That's like confusing Groudon with Charmeleon. Oh, but there's like a 20% chance of Caterpie evolving into Rayquaza under certain circumstances. That doesn't mean they look alike. Well, they're both green. I remember when dude just started watching Pokemon, he asked me how to make it full screen. Because, you know, back then the ratio of the screen wasn't as it is today. I had to explain to him how computers worked back in the olden days, and he was shocked. Wait, someone drew this? Yeah. But that's like a whole person. Yeah. So now I'm waiting for him to get into animation like me. We sing the theme song every like 2 days, and I think my mom's sick of it at this point. I wanna be the very best. No one ever won. I racked my brain trying to think of any other story, but the only thing I have is that one day where he brought a Game Boy home and gave it up after like 1 day, so I claimed it as my own, and now it's being used as a prop in my theater program. Yeah, surprise, surprise, I'm a theater kid. It did break though, so like, sorry, Peach, I guess you're stuck there. I am very sorry that this is all I have, but like, I barely spent time with this kid. Don't worry, I'll update you if something interesting happens.